Hey, ladies. How are you guys feeling today? Welcome to another Thursday here inside of the Active and Attractive community. How are you feeling? I'd love to hear down below in the comments. If you're catching me live right now, please say hello. Let me know that you're here. And if you're catching the replay, of course, hashtag Active Attractive. Let me know that you're watching this video live. And anything we talk about today, if something resonates with you, if something gels with your mind, your heart, your soul, let me know down in the comments below what your takeaways are, what this is bringing up for you, because today we're going to start to bridge the gap between where we are now and where it is that we're going here inside of the community. So welcome to another Thursday. I hope you're really feeling well. If you're new to these lives, you'll always hear me ask, how are you feeling? Because I deeply believe the way that you feel inside of your body matters in order for you to be a productive and successful leader. So our work here is to make sure that as a leader, you are feeling bright, you're feeling alive, you're feeling well, you're feeling nourished, you're feeling whole. Rosemary is here. Hi, my friends. We're making sure that we're having these conversations so that you are correct in being aligned with the essence of who you are. And when you don't feel aligned, unfortunately, in your leadership, in you knowing where it is that you want to go, if you don't feel good, you don't do the things that need to get done in order to produce the fruit that you're meant to bring to the planet. And so it is my mission, it is our mission here inside of the community as active and attractive members to make sure that we are doing the active inner work. We're doing the active actions, taking the steps, working out our bodies, paying attention at how we feel so that we can become more attractive, meaning energetically attractive. What we want is that as you approach your life, as you approach the things that you are wanting to achieve, you're not having to go after and chase all of these things, but you have a sensation that a lot of things start coming to you. They start falling into your lap. You feel like you got to meet what it is that you desire halfway. And as a woman, whenever we're trying to pursue the things that we want, it feels good to go out there and take action and take names and make things happen. But a lot of times we also want to be able to lean back and just trust and know that we don't have to work hard all the time. So when I ask you, how are you feeling? I mean, how are you feeling in alignment to what it is that you want? Typically, the way we ask this is when we say, how do I feel? It's, do I feel good? Do I feel close? Do I feel far? Do I feel bad? Do I feel angry? Do I feel upset? Do I feel enlightened? Do I feel invigorated? Do I feel alive? There's so many different answers to that question, and most of us just say, oh, I'm good. I'm good. It's like, how are you feeling really? I'd love to hear if you're bold enough to say. Right now, I am feeling I'm feeling both congruent with where I'm going, and I also feel like I'm on a wild ride of a roller coaster. I don't know if you resonate with this, but many of you guys I know are either in business for yourselves, you have an intention that you are setting forth or a movement that you're starting to create. A lot of you guys I know are already running businesses, so you have people that you're responsible for, you have books that you're writing, you've got podcasts that you've started, social medias to maintain, team members to keep up with. I know a lot of you guys are already in motion, and this is one of my favorite things about this community is because every single one of you guys are leaders. Whether you're leaders in business or you're leaders in your home, you're responsible for something, and I really honor that part of you. When I think about where I'm at in terms of being a roller coaster, I do feel like every action I'm taking is in the perfect step to being aligned to where it is that I want to go. But the truth is when we pursue what it is that we want to have, when we go after what it is that we want, the feeling of the roller coaster is like, okay, I'm here, I'm doing this, I'm willing to take any step forward in order to be in alignment with what it is that I want, but my emotions are all over the place. My feelings are everywhere. My feeling of anticipation is here in one moment, and then feeling of relaxation and saying, we'll see what happens is here in the next. feeling like I'm ebbing and flowing with the transition of evolving is where I feel like I'm at. Good morning, sunshine. Taking my walk and listening. Oh, I love when you go on a walk with me, girl. Take me. Where are we going, Rosemary? Where are we going, friend? Like the feelings of congruence and feeling as if we're in a roller coaster is very common in the entrepreneurial space. Now, entrepreneurial doesn't always mean that you yourself own your own business. It's you being a pioneer or a visionary for things that are not yet here. And so the reason we have these conversations about how do you feel? What is it that you're pursuing? Where is it that you're going? Is so important because the truth is that the journey to the top is going to feel like this. It's going to feel like you're moving in every direction at the same time. But can you distinguish in your pursuit of what it is that you want, the feeling of congruence? Meaning, I know to the best of my ability at this season in my life, I am as aligned as I can be. And so the only thing I have left to do is to trust. When you know that there is no other action that you can take in order to improve or hasten your situation, but you lean back and you say, oh my God, this is the best I've got and I'm giving it. And for right now, all I can do is wait. This is the feeling of congruence. Now, I want to ask you, how do you know that you're feeling congruent? How do you know that you're congruent with the actions that you were meant to take in order to produce what it is that you are meant to do on this earth? How do you know when you're congruent? I'd love to hear in the comments, how do you know if you're congruent? It's not always easy to know because the feelings feel feelings. The feelings be feeling. They feel like a lot. But despite the emotions, the energy that's passing through your body, the thoughts that are racing in your mind, the heart space that you're in, despite the fluctuations of your evolution, how do you know that you are congruent with where it is that you're meant to go? I'd love to hear if you know, do you know, how do you know as a leader if you're congruent in the moment? Ladies, world building is the pursuit of building greatness into the earth. We are here as visionaries, as leaders, to build things that are not yet here. Through your wisdom, through your knowledge, through your experience, through your truths, you have ideas that are meant to come out of you, and you're meant to facilitate those ideas here on the earth for the rest of us to experience. This is how you build the world. But if this is the North Star, if this is what we're aiming for, if this is where you're going, how do you know along your journey that you are congruent with the most important piece of the equation, which is you? Loria, hello, my friend. I'm so happy to see you're here, girl. Hi. How do you guys know you're congruent? How do you know that I'm taking the action, but I feel peace within my center, although my emotions and my circumstances are changing? How do you stay in alignment? There is a sense of harmony. Loria, the sense of harmony. How do you know you are congruent? Loria says, hello. Loria says it's a sense of harmony. Cambria, I see you're watching, girl. How do you know you're congruent when things are ebbing and flowing, your situation is changing, money starts diminishing, friends start falling away, people look like they're not moving forward, people don't seem like they're listening to you when you speak, when things aren't going your way? How do you know you're still congruent and in touch with the thing that it is that you're meant to produce? Hi. How do you know? Kim is here. Oh my gosh. All right. Everybody's coming in. How do you know that you're congruent? It's the hardest part because whether we're pursuing a weight loss journey, whether we're trying to get stronger, whether we've decided to revamp our entire house, whether we've decided to build more intimacy in our partnerships, whether we've decided to bring on a team in order to support our business, no matter what pursuit is the next step for us in growth, the journey is going to look different than how we're meant to feel. So how do you know when things don't look the way they're supposed to look, that you're still on the right path? There's harmony between your ideal self and our self-image. Loria, I feel like you are inside of my head, girlfriend. There is a harmony between your ideal self and our perception of ourselves. Angelia, hi. Hello, guys. Hello. How do you know? Thank you, my friend. Thank you, girl. Ladies, the only way I have been able to stay in alignment with success when life starts doing the swerve, right? When I state what it is that I want and I go after it, and after 3 steps, things start to crumble. When I say I want more money and then all of a sudden I get hit with bills. When I say I want to spend more time with friends and then all of a sudden I find a conflict with one that I've never had issues with. When I say that I want to engorge my life with beauty and fun and wonder and then I get sick. When I say that I want to bring the vision that I see for myself or for the world onto the planet and then things seem to go in the opposite direction, how do I stay congruent with myself? I keep in mind, what is my world all about? What does my world consist of? If I'm meant to produce greatness from the authentic version of me that is meant to go out into the earth, plant seeds, enlighten people, encourage people, connect with people, raise people up, and allow them to access their greatness, if I'm meant to bring greatness onto the earth, what is mine? If I can't tell you at any given moment, if the chaos is too high, if the weight on the scale isn't budging, if I'm sleep deprived or my hormones are present, how in the world can I remember who I am so that I can remember the greatness I'm meant to bring? When my self-perception is different than my higher self, this is where the breaking point happens. And I allow the circumstances of the world to define me rather than the circumstances of my truth, my internal world. Ladies, your success is such an inner game. It is such an inner game. I work with a lot of people in health, right? This is my main modality. This is my main way of encouraging leaders to step into their greatness, step into their power, because our health journey will teach you so much. Your health journey will showcase so many holes, so many gaps, so many areas of opportunity to grow that when we look at our health keeps us from going forward, or it allows us to amplify and move fast. When we look at where we are right now, if we're not congruent with where we are, our health will show that. And so many of my clients, when they want to do something like weight loss, they want to run 5K, they want to go the distance, we have to check in and see, are you identified with who you are? Because your journey is going to get hard first before it gets easy. When you're running and you've committed to running 2 miles for this run, and at 1.5 miles, you feel the pain, you feel the stress, you're overloading your system. What motivates you to continue going? It's knowing who you are. When the scale starts to go down and then your family comes into town and then you start to eat and enjoy the moment and stagnate and then gain a few pounds, when you remember who you are, you remember that part of your agenda is to lose weight and part of your agenda is to enjoy family, so it's all okay. When life starts to go haywire, when people tell you what you're not, but your internal world dictates how you see life and it dictates what you know you're meant to bring to the table, it doesn't matter what they say. Because your internal world defines how you speak, how you act, what you believe, and what you know that you're meant to bring to the earth. Clarity on self-perception. When your internal higher self, as Loria said so beautifully, when that is in congruence with your actions, when your higher self is in congruence with your self-perception, this is what we talk about when in presence. What people see is what people get. What you see in yourself is what people get. When you value yourself, you are what you get. But this can only happen when you know yourself. Congruence in thoughts, congruence in feelings, congruence in actions, congruence in words. The most powerful people on the planet that create the most miraculous change, that's true, that sticks, that people don't expose because they were incongruent. When the people that really make a ripple effect that lasts generations are the ones who think, feel, speak, and act in congruence with who they were designed to be. But before we get there, you have to know who you are first. Do you know who you are? This is the question. This is the question. Oh, ladies, I love you guys. I just love when y'all are here. It's so invigorating. It's invigorating for me. I love this. Trusting the process. Cambria says, for me, I pause and I check in. Cam, I've seen you go into a space of let me check within my body. My body knows if the action or the thought I'm about to take is going to be in congruence with myself. There's so many different practices, knowing that some stuff has to crumble to get what you want. When your internal world is rock solid, the world around you can crumble left and right. You could feel one thing in the morning, you can feel like you're dissolving in the afternoon, you can feel empowered at night, and it's all okay because you know that everything around you, when your atmosphere enters rooms, things shift, things change, because they're supposed to. You're a world builder. Things are supposed to change around you. I love that, Cambria. Great question to ask. Rosemary says the hard work doesn't seem so scary. It's done with intention and loving care versus fear and chaos. And here's the thing, Rosemary, to your point, the reason why most of us are like, oh, that's really hard. Oh, weight loss, it's really hard. Oh, trying to make multiple figures in my business is really hard, is because most of the time we think in order to get to where we're going, it is a must that we sacrifice an aspect of ourselves in order to get there. Other people lost weight by depriving themselves of food. Other people made money by stepping on the backs of others. Other people was able to find the spouse, the partner of their dreams by manipulating them into loving them. Other people have what I want and they did it in a way that does not resonate with the culture of my internal world. So when we look at the mountain that we're about to climb, of course, we think it's going to be hard because the truth is that you women are women of integrity and you only want to step forward in integrity with your truth. You don't believe in dissonance. You don't believe in being disintegrous. You want authenticity. You want the things that you look around in your life and say, I produce that. You want to know that you produce that in integrity with what you believe. So we think it's going to be hard in order to get where we're going. But what if we let it be easy? Meaning we still got to sweat. We might have to stay up late a couple of nights. We've got to push. We've got to have the uncomfortable conversations. But what if your style and how you approached all of those things was in alignment with what you enjoyed? And it ended up feeling not hard, but it felt good. It felt good. It felt right. And what if your style is so potent because it's aligned to you that it not only gets you what it is that you wanted, but it produces a ripple effect that the world has not seen yet because your unique method is the way that the world is dying to experience life through? What if that difficult conversation was the type of conversation that the person you need to talk to had never received from their parent? What if the easefulness in your weight loss journey was the pathway that other people have been craving for, to see that they don't have to bust their ass in order to lose weight, but it gets to be joyful? What if you got to be the person that found wealth and money and all kinds of impact, and you did it in a way that allowed you to sleep and feel aligned with health? What if your style is what the world is craving? What if it doesn't have to feel hard for you? This is so important in healthy feminine leadership, is that if we want to really find a way to become more visible, if we want to find a way to reach more people, we want to have more money, we want to feel healthier, have more energy, live a life full of travel and rest and sleep, what if your way works? The only way you can know from the beginning if it's going to work is if right now the way you're doing it feels good now. What if you went all the way to see what it got you? This is the scariest part. But I can promise you, when you get there, it's going to feel so good. And you open a pathway for other people to be like, how did she? I can do that too. This is healthy feminine leadership. This is world building. It's possible. It's so possible. It's so possible, ladies. Kim says, I have a vision of my inner world, my dreams, and I keep going. I celebrate small victories to encourage myself. I know who I am and where it is that I am going. Girl, Kim, I am very excited to spend the next few months with you inside of this group because, ladies, what we're going to be doing from here is we've been hyper focused on both identity and health in order to create this strong sense of presence. We want this strong aura that we walk with, this stature, this posture that we walk with, that we know is confident in who we are. It's not a facade. It's not a mask. It's not us trying or efforting. It shouldn't feel like you go into a room and then you close the door after you leave and you're like, oh, like it's this congruence everywhere you go. When you can walk with that, the next phase for you is to be more visible. More people see your face. More people hear your message. More people ask questions. More people see you consistently speaking your mind, your beliefs, your thoughts in many places. When you reach this level, you're one step away from creating ultimate impact. And if having a business or even infecting your children with a new way of living, if this is the type of impact you're looking for, it requires you to be visible in everything that you do. So, Kim, I feel like visibility is coming next for you because you have the vision, you know your inner world, and you're feeling the small victories to encourage yourself. And that's step number one. I'm so happy for you. Loria says, ironclad belief in myself and my truth. Do not feel deterred by anything else because that's all you need. It's the compass for your truth. Cambria says, what you see in yourself is what people get. Freaking brilliant. And that will be true no matter what is going on around you. Ladies, in Oh, not irresistibility. What is the word? To be unshakable, to be immovable. This is the angle we're going for. But not doing that from a place of falsehood. You're doing it from a place of truth, of knowing, of trust, of groundedness, of essence, your essence, not my essence, not their essence, yours. The world is craving your beauty. I want to see yours everywhere, everywhere. And for you to see that you feel good about what it is that you're exuding. Vibes. That's where we're going. Be in congruence and in alignment with our higher self on our journey. Yes. Today I was walking, Kim says, and I wanted to try a new path. And out of nowhere, I find new paths. It was like discovering new ways, but I knew my goal, but I achieved it in a new way, and I found it very funny. Ah, this is it. That's what I'm talking about. Imagine taking that physical experience and navigating your life, your decisions, your emotions in the same way. I want to find a new path to more cash. I want to move to a new house and I want to find a way there. I want to find friends that are really more adventurous. I want to find strolling and letting it show up for you and enjoying the journey and exploring the new pathways. Let's change the world. Yes, tap into our magic state in congruence and in alignment with every move and every decision. You guys, let's do it. Let's be more visible. Let's go, guys. Let's go. This is where we're moving towards. And if you guys haven't heard me talk about the 3 days of world building, this is the set, this is the place where we start to build your world. Some of you guys have already walked through this process. Kim has walked through it. I know Rosemary has walked through it. A few of you guys have already walked through the 3 days of world building. This is a masterclass I host in order to help facilitate this experience of what is your world. So I'm talking in kind of like an ethereal way, but there's an actual process that I have that's a really fun way to define what your world is. I love defining ourselves with words. I think it's empowering to be able to say, I'm kind, I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm da-da-da-da-da, that's cool. But it does feel one-dimensional. What I want is for you to have an entire world with colors, textures, flavors, styles, cultures, beliefs, philosophies. A literal planet. You'll come and find out the process. But it's a literal planet that you can continuously explore every single day. And when you encounter something in your life that makes you feel a little off kilter, you go and you ask yourself, what would I do inside of my world? This is where you pull your answer from. I've seen so many people come back around and share with me years later that they still think and operate from the technique that we do in world building. And the way that I've seen more people dress more in their style, they move their bodies more in a way that feels congruent for them. They've started to evolve their branding and their business to match and align with how their world looks and feels. And for them, it feels like they're not just playing imagination in their mind, but they're facilitating those ideas out into the earth. And now they actually get to tangibly touch and explore and show up in this life with that same presence. It's a playful experience, and I don't like to give away too much up front, but I can tell you right now, if you feel like there's an edge, there's an evolution, or life is kind of making you feel like this experience is going to be so much fun, and we're going to do it for free inside of this Facebook group. So on Monday, ladies, on Monday is going to be day 1 of the 3 days of world building. I'm going to share more of the details here in just a little bit inside of the Facebook group as well on my other platforms. But I want to encourage that if you feel like you know yourself, but you want to know yourself more, or even more so that you know yourself, but you want to be creative, you want to build more like you, this is going to be the best place to start. And from there, we're going to move next month into visibility. So guys, I am just so in awe of you when you show up here. I'm so grateful that you're here. I tiptoed into one day. Yes, okay, so we're gonna do the whole day together, or the whole 3 days together, Kim. I'm so excited to see what your world looks like. I want to see what terrain you choose, what clothing and colors you choose. I feel like I get to learn so much about the people I spend a lot of time with when I get to see their world, and I cannot wait to see this world, your world. Yes, this Monday, Kim, it's already here. It's already here. It's come by fast. This is going to be probably the fourth time I've run it publicly on social media. So it's time to do it again. Let's go. So guys, I am so thrilled. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. Thanks for getting hype. I hope that you walk away. Yes, great. I didn't even realize that. Yes, this is a great time to go out and pursue what it is that you know you're meant to do. I want you to feel like you're taking big action, not in a way that's scary, not in the way that triggers your nervous system, but in a way that's like, ooh, that feels like fun. That's the creative vibe that people are going to ask you, wait, so you did what? How? Like, it was that easy for you? It's like, well, yeah, it was easy for me because I did it my way. That's what we want, because I know you have fantastic things to bring to the rest of us that we all are dying to experience. So with that being said, ladies, we're going to do 3 days of world building on Monday. We'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the masterclass, and we'll meet back here on Thursday for our regularly scheduled lives, just like today. So I cannot wait, and I will talk to you guys soon. Here is to becoming more active and attractive. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.